Hello and welcome to the Neuroscience Block. In this short presentation, I'll run you through an introduction to this block. Then we'll have a look at the tutorial outline, which as usual includes a recap of the last block, a quick look at the small group discussion tasks, and encouraging you to have a think about a debrief for the previous block as well. This is a 3-week block looking at neurological health and well-being in space, and it's the second last of our physiology-based blocks. Starts in the week commencing the 4th of September and ends in the week commencing 18 September, and you get a week's break after that. As usual, there's only one spacewalk that you can walk through at your own pace. We have 2 meet and expert sessions. The first is on Monday the 11th of September, and we have audiologists Dr. John Allen and Richard Danielson joining us. And then we'll also be holding the meet and expert session for the reproduction block with Dr. Sarah Lynn Mark, and this will take the form of a discussion roundtable and will not be recorded. And you can have a look at this video anytime via the link on the Canvas page. As is customary, there is some preparation required for the tutorial, and that includes a recap of the musculoskeletal block, and the names of the people allocated for that are available on Canvas. And please undertake the preparation tasks and come ready to participate in discussion. As far as assessment is concerned, the written report is due no later than Sunday the 24th of September, and the final ePortfolio reflective piece on spin-offs is due no later than Sunday the 8th of October. And there are 2 reflections which are helpful for that. The first to support your written report, and a spin-off reflection to support your final reflective piece. The layout of the homepage is pretty standard, and the to-do list has the key tasks that you should complete and also the key dates for the block. For this block, for inspiration, we have a beautiful set of NASA Solar System posters, and then the extension materials are the same as the ones that you've seen previously. The layout of the spacewalk is once again standard. The learning outcomes reflect what's included in this block, and broadly that includes the human brain and behaviour in space, looking at the key neurological effects, why space motion sickness occurs and how it manifests itself, how spaceflight affects the vestibular system, the impact of spaceflight on the special senses, the fluid shifts and changes in intracranial pressure that occur in microgravity, the characteristics of spaceflight-associated neuroocular syndrome, the key issues in behavioural health and well-being, and also finally to appreciate that creativity might just be an important survival skill. The learning resources are divided into 6 broad areas. Firstly, neuroscience, the brain in space, followed by space motion sickness, then vestibular and sensory motor responses, then special senses, followed by fluid shifts, intracranial pressure and vision problems, and finally behavioural health and well-being. The discussion points on Padlets, as is customary, are divided into 2 sets, 3 points relating specifically to this block and then 3 general points. And I would really encourage you to engage with these and share your thoughts with your fellow students. With the review topics, there are quiz questions included in association with the Explore tab resources, and we've also posted the model answers for the optional activities from the musculoskeletal block. The extra resources are divided up into 6 sections. Each of those has their own page, as you could well argue that neuroscience is the most heavily researched area in space health, so there's certainly plenty to explore on an optional basis should you wish to do so. There's the usual tile linking to the spin-off resources to help you with your ePortfolio reflections and your final presentation on spin-offs. And just a reminder that for the last tutorial of the year, we'll be asking for 3 students to volunteer to share your spin-off reflections with us live. These will not be assessed. The assessments will be on the pre-recorded versions as per the spin-offs and the feedback that you provide on Canvas to another student's presentations. But this is an opportunity to share your presentations with an interactive audience. We will be going through 3 small group discussion points. The first is on the biophilia hypothesis, which considers the relationship between human beings and nature and how this might apply in space. Secondly, to talk about coping with isolation and confinement, and you would have all had experience of that during the coronavirus pandemic, and it'd be good to think about your top coping strategies in advance and bring those along to the tutorial. And lastly, to discuss the question of whether creativity can help you to survive. And finally, we'll be doing a debrief for the musculoskeletal block. So have a think about any feedback you might like to share on what you enjoyed the most, what you didn't enjoy quite as much, and what you think could be improved. And if you do have any thoughts, please bring those along. Thank you, and looking forward to seeing you soon.